My name is Olivia, and I'm going to teach you today how to set up a flow track. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need your flow track, which you can find in room 12 or 14 in the Omni. It's in the right upper hand corner on the left hand side. Thank you, Rhiannon. And then you're also going to need a 24-inch pressure tubing, which you can get in the Anesthesia Omni 12 or 14. And then you're going to need your 500 bag of saline with a 500 pressure bag blown up until you see the green. Okay, so let's do a little unboxing here. Okay. Okay. So what you have here is you have your art line side that's going to go to the patient's art line, and then you have your CVP side, so that'll be attached to their central line. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, just tighten up all the connections because they do them loose for the sterilization process. It's a little tangled here. And what's different about the flow track for the art line side is you have this chamber here, which I'll show you how to prime that. And this is a little bit different, and it has 2 ports. Okay, connections. So as you can maybe see, they're a little bit loose. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is put the tab areas in my transducer holder. And how we do it is we put the art line on the left where it says arterial, and then we put the CVP line on the right. Okay, so once that's secure, again, I like to put my stopcocks up so I can prime out all the air through this first part. So that way I have less bubbles to deal with later on. Oh, and again, you're going to put an extension, a 24-inch extension, you're going to add that to your art line side. And you're going to want to keep all the little ports sterile, obviously. This entire line should be sterile on the inside. Okay, so once you have all that done, you'll get your bag, pull off the tab, and you're just going to spike it. So I like to prime the central line first, because my thinking is if I get any air into it, it's easier to prime it out on the CVP side because it's shorter, and you really don't want any air in your arterial side. So I use a washcloth just so I don't make a mess. And again, what you're going to do is you're going to hold it upside down so the air gets to the top, and you're going to fill up the chamber with water so there's no air in the line. Just like so. So I just kind of hold it like that, wait for that chamber to fill, and once it fills, I can put it upright. Sometimes you kind of have to lean to get that last little bit of air out. Okay. At least I do. So then we're going to prime our central line side. So as you can see, I have the stopcock up, so it's turned off to the patient side, and I'm just going to get all the air out of that little port. So the ports that are on here have a hole in them, so you don't have to take them off in order to prime it. So then once that's done, I turn that off to that side, and I just make my way down the line. So again, I'm going to turn it off to the patient, hold it upright, and then I'm going to pull the tab to get all the air out of this line, and then work my way down, turn it off to this port, and then prime this last little segment there. And there's not any air in here. You don't want to be sending air into the patient's heart because this is going to be going into their heart. Okay, so next we're going to prime our art line. So it's the same concept. You're going to start, you're going to prime it all this area out first. So you just pull the tab, and you get all your air out. Once you feel good about that, we'll move on. Okay, so first I put my stopcock up so that this side is off. And what's special about this is you have to fill up this chamber with saline. So I think the easiest way to do it is kind of hold it upright like this, and so it'll fill like this. Because if you hold like this, you're gonna get air trapped this way. So I hold it up like this, and you'll see. My thing. So then, like, you kind of have to turn it to get all the air out, if that makes sense. So see, and then I just turn it a little bit more, get that last little bit out. So you can see there's no bubbles in there. So once I get to that point, you're gonna squeeze this down. I'm gonna compress this down, and then all that is gonna prime that. So then I just finish it off and make sure any bubbles that got in during that process are primed out. This little section they use to draw out blood when the art line is inserted. Afterwards, they can use this to withdraw blood from the art line. Okay, so once that section is primed, you're just gonna finish up, do your last section, turn that stopcock off. Then I'm just gonna finish it up. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bubble there, there's a little bubble there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep pulling the tab until I don't see any air. There, and there's a couple more little bubbles. Okay, so now we're bubble free and we're good to go. So that's how you do that.